Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. As you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be a celebrity makeover. Can you guess which one we're doing today? So it's pretty obvious. I'm going to be recreating Ariana Grande's hair and makeup today and showing you guys how to get her exact look. I looked through a bunch of pictures and stuff of her hair and her makeup, and this is the look I created today, and I'm honestly obsessed with how it turned out. I think this was a very successful tutorial. So if you want to see how to get the Ariana Grande hair and makeup look, just keep on watching. Alright, so we're gonna start off with some primer. Now, from what I can tell in like pictures and stuff, I was just looking at like her makeup in most of her like red carpet looks and stuff, and they all look super matte and kind of like poreless and smooth on the skin. So that's what I'm gonna replicate with the priming today. So I'm gonna start off with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is one of my favorites, and it's just really good at smoothing out the skin and making sure that your pores are nicely filled in to create a good base for the rest of your makeup. A little bit of this goes a long way. You don't want to do too much or it will kind of start pilling, and that's never a cute look. I'm just gonna apply this and kind of concentrate this in my T-zone and nose. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Primer. This is one of my favorites, and it just really mattifies the skin really nicely. Go ahead and apply this all over the face this time. I'm going to be using the Catrice HD Liquid Foundation. This is a mattifying foundation, so it does look a little more matte on the skin, and what I also like about it is it gives full coverage, and I'm going to use a sponge with it today just kind of to sheer it out a little bit. So I'm just going to do a few drops of this. I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild sponge and just start patting this out. I'm using a sponge today because I want everything to really lay down nice and flat. This foundation also layers pretty nicely, so that's why I'm using it today. So as you can see, that already has a matte look to it, and we haven't even set it down. Moving on to concealer. Just looking at her photos, her eyes, like under her eyes, is always like super bright and just super matte as well. It just looks super smooth. I'm gonna use this Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. This is a really light consistency, but it gives great coverage, and it's really great at just brightening the under eye and keeping everything really smooth, and it doesn't crease either, so that's why I'm using it today. So I'm just gonna kind of dot this under. I, on myself, don't really do the whole like triangle highlight, but I will do some of it today because I feel like she kind of gets that look from it. So I'm gonna kind of go down here too. And this concealer also layers well on top of other products since it does have such a light consistency. I'm actually gonna go in a bit more just because we really want that bright under eye. I'm gonna kind of focus it in this area right here. On the nose, Cupid's bow, and kind of do a bit more highlighting with this. I feel like this will really get the look we're trying to go for. Then for powder, I am going to go in with something a little bit heavier, just because in a lot of her pictures you can tell that the skin is really matte, and again, I don't want anything to kind of shift or anything like that. So I'm going to use my Coty Airspun powder, and I'm going to do a bit of baking under the eyes just to really get that set down. I'm just going on the flat side of my sponge. I'm really just going to press this in right under the eyes, kind of in that triangle form again. On the other side too. And then with the excess, press it on the forehead, on the chin, and a bit on the nose. I don't want my eyelids to be tacky for when we put on eyeshadow, so you do want to make sure this is all set down. So while that's kind of baking, let's do the eyebrows. I'm going to fill them in using my NYX Micro Brow. This is my favorite, you guys know, and I do have pretty thick, dark eyebrows, so I'm not going to use a lot of this. I'm just going to use it to kind of shape them out a little bit. I do not have Ariana's eyebrows. Hers are a lot straighter and shorter than mine. I'm not going to be changing up my eyebrows today, but yes, I don't have her shape of eyebrows. Alright, and then because she does have more brown eyebrows, I have definitely more on the charcoal side. I'm going to use this Essence Make Me Brow. This is a bit more on the taupey side. It's in the shade Brownie Brows. And I'm going to use this to set them down just to kind of shift the color in them slightly. Looking at her eyebrows, they always seem kind of powdered down in the front. And that's a technique I've seen a lot of people do. So on a fluffy brush, I'm just going to take some powder and kind of hit the front. And obviously there's a lot of powder on my face, but I'm kind of letting it bake. We're gonna fix that soon, so don't worry. So now I'm going to sweep that powder away with a big fluffy brush. And it looks a little powdery now, but as I finish the rest of the face, and when we hit it with some setting spray in the end, it will all kind of come together. Alright, so time for some contouring. So she has a very contoured face in her photos. Even her front facing ones, you can definitely tell it's very sculpted out. So I'm going to take this Makeup Revolution contour palette, and I'm going to focus on this cool tone shade right in the middle here on this Luxie Precision Foundation brush. Not taking too much. So I'm gonna go right on the cheekbone and really sculpt it out, kind of going in circular motions too. And then kind of bringing it up this way to really accentuate cheekbones. You can already see kind of how that changed up my face shape. We're gonna do the jawline too. And then I'm going to do a bit of contouring on the forehead, just like right at the hairline. I'm going to take a little brush and dip back into here and really tap off the excess because I don't want to go in too much. And I'm just going to kind of go right down the sides and at the tip. Then to finish off the skin, we are going to do some bronzing. She always has this like glowing bronze going on, but her skin is still super matte. So I'm just using this Physicians Formula bronze booster. I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. We're just going to really work the side of the face, bring it down all the way to the temple, really bronze the skin up. On the forehead. Alright, so now we're going to apply some blush. Now, I was really looking at her photos to see what kind of blush color she uses, and from the most part, I couldn't really see a specific blush color. I feel like she keeps it very neutral. I feel like she mostly goes in with bronzer for the most part. So I'm actually going to take my blush brush and dip into that same bronzer shade that I was using earlier and kind of hit the cheeks with that as well. And just for a bit of color, I'm going to use this Essence Satin Touch Blush in the shade Satin Love. Just because this is a very neutral blush and it doesn't have any shimmer again. It's more of a satin finish, so I feel like it'll complement the look the best. And I'm just going to brush this right on the cheekbones. Then moving on to highlight, this is the one thing where I feel like other than the eyes and the lips, this is the one thing on her face that is more shimmery. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild loose highlighter in the shade I'm So Lit. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this into the pan because this stuff goes a really long way, but that's why I'm using it today because I feel like I can really manipulate it. And it is a nice champagne neutral highlight, which I saw her wearing the most. So I'm just going to go right on the cheekbones. Bring it up. I don't want to use too much of this. Then I'm going to go on the tip of the nose. This is somewhere that I definitely see her wearing highlight. And then on the bridge, just a tad. Not too much. And then the Cupid's bow a little bit. Alright, so let's move on to the eyes. I was really looking at a bunch of her eye looks, and although they do change, obviously, for the most part, she keeps it really, really neutral. A lot of mattes. I have seen her wear some shimmer on the lid, so I think I'm gonna do that today, but she keeps it more in the pinky neutral colors, so that's what I'm gonna try to replicate. So I'm gonna grab my Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral Matte Palette, just because this has a lot of the shades that I've seen her wearing. And I'm going to dip into this taupe shade right here. And this is what we're going to lay down in the crease. So I'm just going to go back and forth. Then I'm going to dip slightly into this Wet n Wild palette because I want to use a bit of this pinky shade right here, and I'm gonna add that right to the crease just to make it a little more taupey and cool toned. Alright, so next I'm gonna dip into this shade right here, which is still pretty cool toned, but a little bit darker, and I'm gonna start concentrating this on the outer corner and wisping it out just a tad. I'm gonna dip a little bit darker into this deep brown right here. And since this is a more flat brush, I'm just gonna really keep this close to the lashes and right on the outer corner. So I'm going to take my Milani Gilded Desires palette because I'm gonna use this beautiful pink up here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spray a little packer brush and just pack this on the lid. And then kind of buff it out into the rest of the shades on the eye. Alright, so now let's do some liquid liner. This is obviously kind of the staple of her looks. You always see her with a really nice, bold, really crisp eyeliner. So I'm going to take my NYC liquid liner. This is my favorite one. And we're going to go ahead and do a nice wing on the eyes. Just kind of create a little line there. And start bringing this line in. My little trick when it comes to doing eyeliner is if I lift my eyebrows, you can kind of see where it's like more wiggly and you need to kind of fix it. And her eyeliner doesn't really like curve down that much. It is for the most part straight on the eye when she closes it. So that's what I'm kind of going for. So then for the lower lash line, I'm going to go right back into the first taupe shade I was using with a little pencil brush. And I'm going to do this all over the lower lash line. And then dip into the darker taupe shade and do this on the outer corner. Her lower lash line does stay pretty light for the most part. So that's what I'm kind of going to do. And then I'm going to take the same highlighter we used on the face, on the eyes, just to kind of make the look a little more cohesive. So I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner. She always has a really bright inner corner, I find. So that's what I'm going to do here. So that's really the eye look, guys. As you can see, simple, but it still kind of is pretty bold as far as the eyeliner goes and stuff. So I'm going to go repeat this look on the other eye, and I'll be right back to finish off the makeup look. Alright, so I'm done with the eyeliner, so I'm just going to add some mascara. This is the Voluminous Superstar X Fiber from L'Oreal. I'm just going to use step 1 to lightly coat my top and bottom lashes because we are going to be applying some falsies today. She usually has like a nice wispy lash going on. So that's what I'm going to be doing on the top with some like light falsies today. I'm going to use some Ardell 817s. They're like really wispy. To kind of blend that in, I'm going to take a black eyeshadow and I'm going to take this and kind of press it on the lashes. So then for the lips, she always has like a nude lip or something like that going on, but it's not always like super warm. So I'm gonna go in with this Milani liquid lipstick in the shade 10, Adorable. And I'm gonna overline slightly. Then I'm gonna add a nice gloss. This is the Keep It Full Milani gloss in the shade 08 Soft Rose. From the pictures, it either looks like a clear gloss or an opaque gloss that kind of matches the rest of her lip look. So I'm just going to take this shade. And this is a really glossy lip gloss, so that's why I'm using it. And then we're going to set this all down. I'm going to use this Milani Make It Last Matte Charcoal Setting Spray. This is the finished makeup look, guys. I'm honestly really satisfied with it. I think we nailed it as far as colors and tone and mattes and shimmers and stuff. I think we got pretty close to what I've kind of seen in her pictures and stuff. So now it's time to do the hair. Alright guys, so we're zoomed back out because now the makeup is done. I'm honestly loving how it turned out. I think we got it pretty darn close. So now it's time for the hair. I think what I want to do is the one where she kind of left her bangs out. Post some pictures on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I think that's what I want to do today as well. So this is kind of the same length she actually had it. So I'm going to leave that out. I'm just going to use a little clip to keep this piece up front, and I do want this part to be clean. And I'm just gonna clip it. It's kind of gonna be in my face for a while. So I'm gonna brush out the rest of the hair, and this is all gonna go into a high pony. So I'm just brushing it, making sure there's no bumps or anything like that. And my hair was already straightened from before, so it's a lot easier to do this. But if you have curly hair, you might just want to get some gel or something to smooth out the top of your hair into this pony. And then I'm going to take my natural hairbrush and I'm going to use this to really smooth out the sides and everything and the back. And then I'm going to take some hairspray and take the comb again and just run this over for any flyaways, and then just use my hand to smooth it again. And the ponytail I'll be using today does apply a bit higher, so I'm not going to do the pony too high on my head. So I'm just going to tie it really tight. And then I'm going to wrap this into a bun, like my hair, so that we can't see it when we apply the pony. And I'm just going to use these types of pins to pin that down. I used to do ballet, so I'm so used to doing buns like these. There it is. I'm going to take this out now. Ooh. I've never done my hair like this before, and I'm kind of digging it. It does remind me of my ballet days, but I've never had like this piece out, so don't mind it. So now that that's in there, I'm going to take a bit more hairspray and I'm going to actually spray it on the brush just to really smooth out any flyaways. You want your hair to be so tight that you can feel like you had a facelift or something. So now the ponytail I'm going to be using today is actually from INH, insert name here. They're a hair company that makes like wigs and ponies and hair clips and stuff. I recently did a video reviewing their products, so if you want to see that, I'll link it down below. But this is the Hi, I'm Ariana ponytail, so I thought it was fitting for this look. And once I got sent this, I'm like, okay, I want to do a whole Ariana Grande tutorial, so that's what I'm doing today, obviously. But this is honestly the perfect hairpiece for this video. And Ariana actually wore one of their ponytails in one of her music videos. It was the In My Head music video. She wore their Mia ponytail, which is a shorter version of this one. This one's like really long, but I did really enjoy this ponytail and I thought I'd use it again today. I'm pretty sure my discount code with them is still available. It's just Lavinia in all caps, so you guys can use that for money off your purchase. So I'm just gonna slightly brush out the hair. So it has like a little clip here, so I'm gonna take that and put it over the bun and then kind of secure it into the bun, like underneath, like that. Right, and then it has this piece right here, which I'm gonna kind of lift up the ponytail, and this actually like velcros, so I'm gonna wrap it all the way around and kind of tighten it so that it can velcro. And then with this hair piece right here, it's literally made so you can wrap this around, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then the wig also comes with some bobby pins so that you can tuck that little piece in. All right, I'm going to stand up so you guys can actually see how long this is. Here it is. As you can see, it's really long. I'll insert some pictures of me wearing it so you guys can really see the full length, but this is like a past your butt type pony. And obviously it fits this look perfectly. And then if you want, you can kind of tuck this back. And you have a regular kind of looking pony. And I'm wearing this one in the shade dark brown, I believe, and it matches me perfectly. Alright guys, so this is the finished hair and makeup, and honestly, I'm kind of obsessed with this look. I think we actually did a really good job at recreating Ariana Grande's hair and makeup, and hopefully you guys found this video helpful if you were looking for a tutorial like this, and I had a lot of fun filming this, honestly. I love how the makeup look turned out, and obviously I love this long hair. It's so much fun. If you want me to do more celebrity lookalike / celebrity makeup and hair tutorials, so let me know down below in the comments. You guys have told me before that I look a lot like Kylie Jenner when she was younger, so maybe I'll do one of hers next. But anyways, give me your suggestions down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, if you want to keep up with all my videos, make sure to ring the notification bell down below so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you're having a fantastic day or night whenever you're tuning in, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.